having several conversations with multiple elders today, I've come to the realization that it's not a generational thing. And us arguing when it comes to generations is only us getting further and further. For example, the boomers, they were constantly told that they were not good enough. They were constantly made to feel as if they had to chase things like money, fame, and power in order to feel what they knew they had inside of themselves. Whereas when you look at today, the generations like Generation Z, or you look at Generation Alpha, you see that they're no limit soldiers. Why? Because they understand that they have no limits. However, with that comes the need for structure and stability. So instead of us going back and forth and arguing about who do this and who do what, we should really sit there and be looking at the fact that some generations are there to provide structure and some are there to provide the ability to flow freely. When you look at it in the zodiac, you can see that with cardinal, fixed, and mutable signs. You have signs that are there to initiate, you have signs that are there to maintain structure, and then you have signs that are there to end and bring everything home. Another key takeaway was that in order for you to really change something in your life, you have to acknowledge and you have to accept that it's there. When you acknowledge and accept that it's there, you don't sit there and just say, okay, well, I see it and I acknowledge it. Well, no, you got to do the work. A lot of people don't want to do the work. We just want to sit there. And a lot of people don't want to accept the knowledge. But once you accept the knowledge, you still, again, got to do the work. And another thing, all of these accreditations and these universities and these numbers and letters and names behind titles behind your name utilizes the energy of you not being confident in yourself, utilizes the energy of you not knowing how intelligent and how smart you truly are, to the point of not even realizing that the more and further you go into these institutions, into these schools and stuff, the more you're telling yourself it's easy to train you, it's easy to get you to do what somebody wants you to do. It's easy for you not to think for yourself. Or it's easy for me to convince you that you have to have this curriculum, or you have to have this accreditation, or you have to have this degree, or you have to have this license in order to do what it is that's naturally inside of you. The license don't do the work. The RN does not nurse people back to health. You do. The license does not teach the kids. You do. The certification does not tell you that you're able to help people and assist bringing lives and souls into this realm. You do. And speaking of, let's talk about ego, which was the next topic, and how that correlates to that. Your ego, which many people think is a negative thing, many people think is a bad thing, is there to protect you. It's there to show you aspects of yourself that you need to allow to shine. But if it goes unchecked, it hinders you and makes you think that you're an individual and you're not a part of source, and you're bigger than the program, or you're less than the program if you have a bruised ego. But an intact ego shows you that no matter what, I'm still a part of source. No matter what, I still deserve to be here. No matter what, I'm not going to let nobody humble me and make me think lowly of myself, make me think that I'm undeserving, make me think that I'm undervalued and underpaid. My ego is there to tell me I'm not finna let nobody just run all over me. It makes sense. It makes sense why people want to kill the ego, because they want to kill your defense. They want to kill your protection, and they want to kill the aspect of you that allows you to express itself freely. And especially with the boomer generation, and really specifically the divine black woman in the boomer generation, you gonna let the very same system that spit on you, sprayed you with water hoses, sick dogs on you, and told you that you were separate and unequal, you gonna let them very same systems come in and try to determine your worth, come in and try to tell you that you aren't the matriarch of this entire world, come in and try to tell you that you, Big Mama, you literally are the one holding everything and everybody together. Henrietta Lacks, that just wasn't about no cells. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Why you think they drilled that into you? It's the truth. And it's not just the truth of one group of people. You know how some people like to say, which was another thing we discussed about how people like to say, oh, it's just white, white this, white that, white this, white that. No. That's getting away from the energy of what it is. It has nothing to do with a color. It has nothing to do with a phenotype. The phenotype and the color is the physical manifestation of what it already is in the spiritual. And in the spiritual, that manifests as you not knowing who you are. That manifests as you not knowing the power that your womb holds. That manifests you not knowing everything that you're going through, learning and experiencing right now shapes and shifts the world at least for 7 generations. You not knowing that power, of course you're going to transfer it over. As a matter of fact, you're not even going to transfer it over. They're going to establish a destiny swapping system to where you don't even recognize it's happening. Matter of fact, it's already been established. You thinking you have to have a career. You thinking you have to go to school. You thinking you have to do everything to prove that you have the gifts that God, the universe, source, your higher self gave you. You're attempting to prove to people what you already know you have. And it's the younger generation, like some elders or elders or boomers like to say, it's the younger generation that's changing, don't want to work, don't want to slave, don't want to do everything that everybody telling them to do. They hard-headed, don't want to listen. Why? Why would I listen at you telling me that I'm not a part of source? Why would I listen at you telling me that I have to follow this strict, rigid guideline and practice? This practice of medicine, which medicine and drugs are an isolated component. This practice of religion, which religion is the worship of many different gods outside of the one true source. This practice of me having to have a job in order to create money or create the energy for me to be able to survive on this plane. It's all fucked up. And we can sit here and go on and on and on. We can sit here and argue about this generation do this, or this generation do that, or you do this and you do that. Or we can really just get down to the nitty gritty and say what it is. And recognize that we're not fighting each other. We're not fighting generation versus generation. We're not fighting mother versus daughter. We're not fighting father versus son. We're not fighting people versus people, community versus community. We're fighting, quite literally, against mental structures, energies that are somewhat unseen but manifest themselves physically. And ultimately, the one truth, and that is that we are everything. That's what we fight against. So keep thinking you fight against each other. Keep thinking that you as an elder don't have much to learn. Keep thinking that you as a younger person know it all. Keep thinking. Keep thinking. And watch how your thoughts shape your reality. Your thoughts shape your reality. Think higher of yourself. Know who you are. Know the power that you hold. I don't care if you 100. I don't care if you 10. You have a contribution to make to this world. Get to it. Ashe, baby.